Hi friends, in this session we're going to see the story The Shepherd's Treasure. The main character who appears in the story is the shepherd. Shepherd is a person who takes care of the goats, sheep and all the cattle. In a village in Iran, there lived this shepherd. He was very poor. He did not even have a small cottage to live in. He hasn't been to school. He doesn't know to read and write. Though he was poor and uneducated, the shepherd, he was very clever, he was very wise. He understood the sorrows of the people those who were around him. He used to give advice. He used to make other people courageous with his words. So every day people will come to meet him in order to get advice from him. Very soon he became famous for his wisdom and also because of his friendly nature. So many people they started to come in search of him to seek advice from him. So the king of that particular place, he come to know about the fame of the shepherd and he wanted to visit the shepherd. So he disguised as another shepherd and he rides on a mule and he came to meet the shepherd. Actually, the king was disguised as the shepherd, but he thought that the shepherd can't identify me. But anyway, I wanted to know about the reality of the shepherd. So he came over there. This poor shepherd, he was living in a cave. Though he was living in a small cave, he welcomed that king. This king thought that he doesn't know that he was a king. Though he noticed him as a traveler and he was disguised as a traveler, he welcomed him as a normal person and he gave water to drink and he asked him to take rest. And he had a small meager amount of meal. This poor shepherd, though he had meager amount of meal, he was ready to share it with that traveler means the king. And the king rested there inside that cave for that night, and he was impressed by the wise words of the shepherd. He come to know about that he was very clever through his conversation. He was actually tired, the king. Though he was still tired, he has decided to depart from that cave the very next morning. So finally, before sending of him, he said thanks to this shepherd for being kind and for welcoming him, for giving meals and giving space for him to take rest. When he was about to go, this shepherd, he directly looks into that eyes of that king, that guest, and he said, "Thank you, Majesty. Thank you, Your Majesty, for paying me the compliment of a visit." So now this king come to know that this shepherd, he has identified that he is none other than the king. So now this king was greatly impressed because this king was thinking that he was that much clever, he was that much wise to identify me as the king because he has disguised himself as a shepherd. Even then, this poor shepherd, he identified that he was the king. So he thought of a plan. This king made this poor shepherd to be the governor of a small district. So now he has got the power, dignity, everything. But even when he got the power, he was treating the people as how he was treating before. He loved everyone, he honored everyone, he started to show the same kindness, sympathy to all the common people. He was kind towards everyone. So as a result of that, he became more famous throughout that country. So as a result of this, what happens was there will be other governors in other districts. No, those people got jealous out of him. So those people, they started to shoot so many unwanted, unnecessary questions about him to the king. They started to say all these negative things about this governor, this poor shepherd to that king. This king was not ready to pay any attention to any of their wrong reports. But then when these people, all these governors, they started to pay a petition about this governor again and again, then the king had a curiosity. Is there anything behind that? Because these people, they told this king that this poor shepherd, he was taking away all the money, all the tax from the common people and he was saving all that for himself. And they added one more thing as well. That is why he was having an iron chest with him always. Wherever he go, he was carrying an iron chest. So now the king was provoked to observe this shepherd. He started to observe, and one fine day he come to know that he was not ready to accept the that wrong report which was told about him. But then he noticed that he was actually carrying an iron chest. So he had a curiosity to know what is inside that. Finally, one fine day, he was asked to summon to that palace, and this poor shepherd, he rided on a camel, and he finally reached to that palace. When he was coming to the palace, on the camel's back, this iron chest was there. Now the king was so angry, and he was shouting, "Why do you always carry that iron chest with you? What does it contain?" Because all these people are accusing him. No, so that is why this king also became angry, and he asked. Immediately the governor just smiled. He smiled and said to his servant to bring that chest. And now everybody, all the people were looking forward. They were all waiting to see what is there inside that iron chest. Now he just opened that. When he opened that iron chest, everybody got surprised, because inside that no gold, no silver, but instead one old blanket was there. Now the king and all the people, they were all surprised. Especially the people, those who accused him, they felt very bad of accusing him actually, because they thought that gold, silver, money was inside, but only the old blanket was inside. So they were all feeling shameful for accusing him. Now this king asked, why do you carry this old blanket? Now you are in a very good position, you are the governor. Then what is the meaning of carrying the old blanket with you always? Now this governor, this poor shepherd, he answered to the king, "This blanket is my oldest friend. It is still protect me if at any time your majesty should wish to take away my new clothes." So this shepherd, this poor shepherd, was telling that anytime you could take away the clothes which I am having, because the dress which he was wearing, the camel he was riding, everything belongs to that king. So anytime he can take away all those things. In case if the king took away all those things, he need to protect himself. No, so for that protection, the oldest friend, the only one friend which he was carrying and which he was having is that old blanket. Because when he was a poor shepherd, it is that old blanket what protected him from all the cold, whatever he endured, because he was not even having a small cottage to live in. So it is that old blanket protected him. So even now, even when he became a governor, he was in a good position. Still he was remembering all his past memories and what really protected him, what really helped him to be comfortable. Now the king was so surprised about his answer, and all the other people, they got embarrassed, and this king was so surprised about all his thoughtful things, because he was not ready to forget from where he come from. He was not ready to forget all that past which he endured actually, because people have the habit of forgetting things soon. Once they come to a higher position, people will have the ability of forgetting the old things very quickly. But this shepherd, he remains the same. Even when he got a very good position, he was the same compassionate person to everyone. He never he was not ready to show any discomfort to other people. He was the same lovely, kind hearted, sympathy showing person to everyone. So as a result of his attitude, this king has made him to be the governor for bigger district, much bigger district. So now he has got the reward for his good heart. I hope you could have understood this story. Stay tuned with Learning Session for further videos. Thank you.